Welcome to my 2022 Halloween Animatronic collection video. Today we're going to go over each and every single animatronic that you see here, and then we are going to demo each of them individually. Stay tuned, you're not going to want to miss this amazing collection. Starting with Death Row. He works, I just don't have batteries in him, so we're just going to go ahead and skip over him. Next we have the Grave Grabber. This is from this year at Spirit Halloween, so we're going to go ahead and plug him in, give him a shot. Next we have the Hay Bale Popper from Spirit Halloween's 2016 season. Here we have the Pumpkin Twins from Home Depot's 2021 season.
Trick or treat! Don't you look scary tonight?
Is my head on straight?
I hope we see some ghosts and goblins tonight.
No ghosts. Give us something good and sweet.
If you don't, we can be mean.
Yes, be careful. We can bite.
And also give you quite a fright. Trick or treat!
Here is the Lowe's Jack Skellington Tombstone little popper here. This is brand new for the 2022 season. We're going to go ahead, plug him in, give him a go. This here is Punctured Pete from Spirit Halloween's 2020 season. Here we have the Grave Digger from Party City or Techie Toys. This guy's pretty neat for a graveyard. I can't remember what year he's from, but we'll go ahead and plug him in. I just picked him up this year because I thought he'd be a good fit for the graveyard.
Come here and see. I am digging this space for you. Not so deep is the hole where your broken parts will lie.
Next we have Demonic Dahlia. She's from Spirit Halloween's, I believe, 2020 season. I bought her broken a couple years ago, so she does not work. She did work, but I think I used the wrong plug and fried her last year, so she no longer works. So I just added a little creepy head, and yeah, she just sits up on the porch. Next we have the Creepy Woman from Lowe's 2022 Halloween season. Alright, so this is the Hauntress. She is from Spirit Halloween. I also picked this one up online, and she was used, but she works great. So I'm going to go ahead and plug her in, give her a shot. Next we have Dr. Illume. He's from Spirit Halloween's 2022 season. He released early in the year, but this one is a really cool one. Not sure why they didn't add him in this year's theme, but let's give him a go. Next we have the Headless Horseman. This is from Home Depot's 2021 season. I bought him brand new last year, so let's go ahead and give him a go.
Headless Horseman rides tonight. You'd better take care, because I am on a mission And this time, there will be no stopping me.
Next we have the Torture Box Woman from Party City's 2022 lineup, and this is probably my most favorite animatronic of this season. This thing just looks awesome. So if you're doing an asylum theme, this one is super cool. So let's turn her on. Definitely when you turn her on, you're going to want to put something on her feet to keep her from moving, because she slides around because she whips violently. Next we have the Cauldron Creeper. This one's been around for a while, but I just picked him up online this year, and he's a little broke, so I got to fix him yet. So let me go ahead and give you a quick little demo of him. Here we have the Inferno Scarecrow from Home Depot's 2020 season. This guy is broken, his arm snapped, so he is just ecstatic. He still talks, but when he goes to activate his arm, the audio shuts off. So I bought the one from Party City that just stands here and doesn't do anything, but has all the sayings with no interruptions. So now I have two of these exact ones. Next up is the Home Depot Witch Cauldron from the 2022 season. This one features the purple bubbles and different little utensils here. This one's actually really cool. Makes a looks really cool at nighttime too. The light is very bright purple. It's a really cool, and it also makes the fire crackling sound, so that's a pretty cool effect. You can't really see the lights, but the bottom of the campfire lights up, and then also the cauldron lights up. Here we have this werewolf. I believe this is from Lowe's. A friend of mine gave this to me. So I think this is like a 2016. Not 100% sure. But I do believe this was from Lowe's 2016. They also have a small version of this year. They want to charge like $79, and it's literally half his body. So not a good deal. Next up we have the Caretaker from Spirit Halloween's 2021 season. This was my personal favorite from last year's season. This guy is really cool. He is massive. Has a cool shovel to go with it. Old school tombstone on his back. Just looks like an old caretaker.
There you are. I've been looking for you all night. I've come for you in regards to a serious matter. A very grave matter.
Next up we have the Lunging Reaper. I believe Morris Costumes makes this. And I picked him up for $100 on Walmart's website. So this is the multi-country version. This guy is really cool. Comes with a bunch of universal plugs. This guy's really awesome.
Want to play a game of tag? If I catch you, you have to give up your soul. You're faster than you look. But don't worry, I'll get that soul one way or another.
This guy here was a Spirit Halloween hanger. I picked him up in 2020 as well. He's not really an animatronic, but he does talk, and I always put him out in the graveyard. It's just a little pumpkin scarecrow. I like how it's got this like mesh netting on his face, but we'll go ahead and show you what he does. This guy is super quiet. I'm probably gonna have to put some new batteries in him, but next up is the animatronic that I have built this year. Haven't thought of a name yet, but this guy is definitely awesome looking. He is life-sized. He's about 6 foot. His head's all foam filled. He's got his Leatherface apron on, and I'll have to see if I can get him to work, because he's now hooked up to a motion sensor, and the motion sensor is in his leg, and I don't have it all the way hooked up yet. So that's what he does. He's just on a wiper motor. I do have sound for it. Like I said, it's just all this isn't hooked up yet. We got to do some trial and error going on with this guy yet. But hopefully before the season, he's all ready to go. Next up, we have Lord Raven from Spirit Halloween's 2022 season. I bought this guy online as soon as he came out. This guy is awesome. I love how his face looks. Kind of looks like a wood grain, but it's got the old Plague Doctor look to him. I don't know, I love the talons on this guy. He just looks really cool, and his head pops out really far. He's just really, really awesome. But, however, his price is pretty steep, along with everything else Spirit Halloween's got going on this year. Their prices are nuts. So let's go ahead and hook this guy up.
How dare you enter my forest? If you value your pathetic human life, turn back now. Or come closer, and you shall meet your doom.
I said, this guy's really cool. His neck comes way out. His eyes light up red. His arms flap like the wings.
You could say I have eyes all over. Remember,
This guy's really awesome. I love it.
my crows and I will find you.
Next up here is the Headless Horseman from Home Depot's 2018 season. One of my personal favorites, just for the sheer size of this thing. The old Headless Horseman from like Sleepy Hollow. This thing is awesome. I love it. However, mine is a little messed up and the legs don't work like they should, but we'll go ahead and give it a demo.
Wind keeps you up at night, and you hear what you think is the cracking of the trees. Don't believe what your parents tell you. For it is I riding in the dark.
See if I can give him another go. Kids are riding the scooter next to me.
I told you that the day
But his audio is really quiet, but
and I am living proof. Time for you to run along, lest I use your fresh head to replace my shackle.
next up is Freddy Krueger from Lowe's 2022 Halloween season. This dude is really awesome. I absolutely love how creepy his face is. He just looks really good, and I'm really happy to have him in my collection along with these two other freaks. So let's plug him in.
I'm gonna split you in two. Ever play Skin the Cat?
Super cool. I love this guy. Next up, we have the Jason Voorhees. This guy is huge. My only complaints with these new Lowe's props are the legs. The bases and stuff they have for these are not of high quality. So let's go ahead and give this guy a demo. Next up, we have the Michael Myers from Party City. This is the Halloween 2 version. This guy looks the best out of the ones we've had in recent years. His face obviously isn't movie quality, and he doesn't do the typical Halloween soundtrack, but I would rather him just do the breathing that he does versus the one that Lowe's has got going on this year. But this one looks way better than the Lowe's one. Let's go ahead and demo him. Next up, we have one of my absolute personal favorites. This is probably one of my top 5 favorite animatronics. This is from Home Depot. This is the Grave Digger. I was able to snag him on July 15th for 200 bucks this season. And he showed up not too long later. And this guy's just awesome. He does a whole lot of he does so much stuff. His mouth moves, his arms move, he twists and turns, says a bunch of phrases, and for $200, this guy is definitely well worth it. So let's plug him in and give him a demo.
This place is filled with the bodies of those I've buried over the years. Why, some were even dead when I buried them. Others were the undead, and I had to bury them just to keep them quiet.
This guy's awesome. His lantern lights up, his eyes light up. He has all these motions. For $200, this dude is an absolute steal. And this here is the brand new witch from Lowe's 2022. This chick is like 8 feet tall with her hat. So she is massive. And I love her crystal ball. Unfortunately, right now in the daylight, you're not going to be able to see how truly awesome this crystal ball looks. But it swirls around with the blue light, just looks really awesome. But she is massive. Look how huge she is. So let's plug her in and give her a demo.
When witches go riding and black cats are seen, the moon laughs and whistles, 'tis dear Halloween.
She's super awesome. She's got your typical witch laugh. I love it. It's the classic witch laugh. And her face looks really good. She is definitely awesome. But she is $200 at Lowe's. But definitely one of the better animatronics this year for sure, because of her quality of her base and her frame versus Jason and Freddy. They have the cheap plastic framing, where this one is all metal and it's huge. Next up, we have the Ice Scream Clown from Party City this year for 2022. This guy comes on a huge stake, so I went ahead and made him a full lower half out of PVC, gave him some pants and gave him some shoes. The Gravedigger here actually came with an extra set of pants, and I used them on this guy. So he stands about 7.1 feet, and I also added some blood dripping down and some really nice perma blood on his tongue, repainted his whole face. Definitely looks way better than what you get straight out of the box. So let's turn him on and give him a demo.
I just love the taste of frozen flesh, don't you?
Now, I had plans to animate him. I probably still will this winter. I'm just out of time for this year to sit here and mess around with building another animatronic. So he will be animated. That was the whole point of building him, the whole base. I just got to get another wiper motor and install that. And then we can't forget the clown that started it all for Spirit Halloween. Grimsley the Great, aka Towering Clown. Or the Towering Creepy Clown, or Creepy Towering Clown. This dude is awesome, and he has a really cool backstory. I actually bought this animatronic specifically from a haunted house in Tennessee. I do believe this was called Backyard Terror, and a lot of big YouTubers have actually visited there like the carpetbagger. He's got, this is an actual thumbnail from his video. This is the clown from his video. So, fun fact, I own a really famous clown from YouTube. So let's go ahead, turn him on, and give him a demo.
I'm starting a new juggling act. I'll need a hand from one of you. And a head. And a foot. That's all any part will do. I'm looking for someone to play hide and seek with. You go hide and I'll come find you. Start running!
Then up here in my front yard already, I have Miserable Marie. I bought her broken from Spirit Halloween a couple years ago, and we just welded her all the way together. So she no longer moves, she doesn't make any noise, but man, is she creepy in the graveyard. Then up here, I have the Looming Phantom from Moore's Costumes. I got this guy at the Spirit's 50% off sale, so I picked him up for about 90 bucks. He fully works, everything's there. He is really cool. So I just have him hanging up here on my porch. And up here's another old one. This is actually a witch from Home Depot, but she broke, so I turned her into a plague doctor, and she's just a static that sits up here now. And then last but certainly not least, we have the 12-foot skeleton from Home Depot. I was finally able to secure this year, back in April at the halfway to Halloween sale. So I have this guy. I don't have him out yet. I have him sitting here in the garage. That's why he's not outside. But I'm super excited to have this guy part of the haunt this year. I don't have the digi-eyes on at the moment. I don't have him plugged in. But I just wanted to end the video with a bang. But not to worry, there's plenty more. We still have tons of unboxing to do. Make sure to stay tuned. Tons more animatronics to come.